Guys, it is your health tips again. Do you know the number of deaths directly caused by diabetes has increased dramatically over a 2 decades, making it a major global health concern? And do you also know that diabetes, it is one of the world's fastest growing chronic disease, which is among the 10 top major chronic disease, globally. And do you know, if it is not well handled, it can lead to so many and several, killable disease. Do you know, if diabetes is not handled, it can lead to heart disease? Do you also know, if it is not well taken care of, it can lead to stroke? Do you also know that if it is not well properly handled, it can also lead to kidney failure? And do you also know, if it is not well properly treated, it can lead to blindness? And do you also know, if it is not well properly taken care of, it can lead to nerve damage? Do you also know that if it is not well properly taken care of, it can lead to amputation of leg, hand, or any part of the body? So today, we are going to visualize the pancreas using the sketch that I draw. So the pancreas is a facilitating organ because it has two major jobs it does in the body. First of all, it helps with digestive system by producing the enzyme that break down fat, proteins, and carbohydrates, which we consume. And secondly, it helps to regulate the blood sugar by releasing the hormones like insulin and also glucagon. So this drawing, I will walk you through where the pancreas is located in the body, and show you how it is shaped differently and how it works. So today we are going to work together, go through it together, so that you will understand the position and what the pancreas does in the body. So my goal is to make this anatomy easy to understand, whether you are a student or you are a professional or you are curious to know everything about human system, or rather about the pancreas. Here you are in the right place. So we have made mention of the risk of having diabetes without knowing it and what it can cause, and as the number one of the 10 major diseases that is growing, making it a global concern. I'm sure you will not want to miss out of this. Now, I'm going to take you through the sketch, starting from the heady pancreas. Let's go there. So here, you see, I draw here of my sketch without diabetes. This is one of the functions without diabetes. So now, this is a human body. Here, this sketch that I draw here is a human body. And when you see this human body, you see this bile duct here, from the heart. Here you have the liver, here you have the stomach, and here you have the spleen, and here you have this gallbladder, and here you have the pancreas, the major organ, the major factory that regulates your body. And here you have the colon, and here you have the small intestine. So now we are not going to be talking so much about all this, but I just want you to see the body. When you see this color here, looking like light blue, then you see it is the sugar that surrounds the body. This body is always covered with sugar, always with sugar. And here is the engine, which is the pancreas. That work, everything regulates the sugar. When every intake that you take chocolate, you eat rice, you eat beans, you eat vegetable, you eat any sugary things. The first thing that it does, because here the pancreas it lies horizontally, you know, in the belly, from the right part to the left part, you know, hidden in under the what, your stomach. And then when the sugar comes into the body, after 1 hour digestion take place, then 2 hours, all the glucose, the blood sugar, all of them flees into what, the blood system, the bloodstream. And then pancreas will say, is this normal? Why would this blood, flow into the human, blood vessel? And is it the normal blood sugar that this vessel is supposed to have? This signal, that is what the pancreas does. Then the pancreas, which you see here, you know, we go here, you know, pancreas send an insulin into the bloodstream. You know, it releases this one you see here like green, it releases it into what, the bloodstream. And this one pursue all the sugar that you are seeing here into what, the muscle cell. So it pursues them into the muscle cell. What does this part does? It does insulin and also glucose. So now here is what, the bloodstream. So insulin help the glucose move out of the bloodstream and into what, the cell of what, or for energy later. So you see, all the glucose that comes into your body, the blood sugar, the sugar, everything that comes into your body, and this pancreas is the one that determine what do we do with it. I release some insulin into the bloodstream, into the blood vessels, and, you know, share some part out to what, to service, so that we can use it for another time for energy. Sometimes the blood sugar may be low, sometimes the blood sugar may be high. So here is the first function of the pancreas and how it does its job. So it is the number one that works and the factory that processes the sugar, that think, oh, this is too much, this is too low, this is too high, and it do something immediately. Because here, why do we consider it without diabetes? Because this is the normal functions of what? Of the pancreas. Then you see the two things that it does here. This is insulin and this is glucose. Here is the beginning. Then we move down here. When we are here, what happened here? What do we draw here? Whenever you see this, you are seeing the pancreas. Like I told you that the pancreas is lying horizontally in what? In your stomach. The bigger side, the head side, here is the bigger side, is the head side. You know, the tail side is at your what? Link side. It lies like this, you know, to, from the right hand side to what? To the left hand side. Then here is being considered the bigger part, the head, and here is being considered the neck, which is the middle. Here is the body, and here is what? The tail, the head. So the pancreas has four major tiles in the body, which is one, the head, and secondly, the neck, and thirdly, the body, and fourth, the tail. So here is the engine house. Here we can consider as the stomach, as the food comes from here in, and at the end of the day, it comes to this factory. And the pancreas bring all of the process here. And this is the Islam of the Langerhans. This Islam of the Langerhans, here is where the process begins. And here you see what? The Lager processing. So here is where the blood sugar, all of them, you know, eventually flows in. The signal of the blood sugar in the bloodstream. Then you come here. I made this sketch here for you to know. Here is the beta cell. The beta cell that produces insulin. Here inside what? The Islam of what? The Langerhans. And it releases here. This sketch that you are seeing here, this series sketch is what? Insulin. And when this insulin is being released to what? To blood sugar decreases when insulin is being what? Here is the blood sugar. And you see, it walks from here, from the major house, you know, to the beta, the beta cell, which produces the insulin, and go directly here and releases insulin so that the blood sugar can what? Calm down. You know, whenever you eat, as I always say, the insulin go pum, it goes up almost immediately. Most especially when you drink any sugary thing, any sugary fruit, you know, that one go directly to blood, to blood sugar. It does not have to take, like when the food have to be processed, when the food have fiber, or rather when you eat the normal food, when we say 1 hour is digested and within the 2 hours is already into the blood vessels. No, when you drink anything that is watering, flusic, it goes directly into what? The blood sugar, the sugar go directly into here, your blood vessels. So now, here is the house, as we say again, the Islam of what? Of the lager house. Then this insulin, it releases this insulin and come here, blood sugar decreases immediately because he is the organs of what? The manager of what? Of the blood sugar, that increases up. And here you see another functions of pancreas, which is called alpha cell. This alpha cell, what does it do? What is the functions of the alpha cell? Here, I'm going to also be letting you know the functions of the alpha cell. So, alpha cell is a specialized cell found in pancreas, you know, cluster cells, Islam of what? Of Langerhans, making glucagon, rise blood or sugar, low blood sugar. Then it releases its own also when the blood sugar is low. Here releases sugar to what? To the blood stream, so that the blood stream will have a balanced sugar. This is the two regulation of the pancreas. So this alpha cell have also most of the time a major job. Then if it releases, if your blood sugar is down, is low, do you know that so many people are also suffering for low blood sugar? So that is not the topic of today. So here is where release the sugar into what? The bloodstream, and the blood sugar stream becomes normal again. And if it is not normal, it's also what? Dangerous. One can collapse immediately and so many things can happen, but that is not our teaching for today. So now, if he releases his own, lead to this blood sugar increase, this glucagon. Listen, glucagon is different. Glucagon is different from glucose. Glucose is something, is another thing, and glucagon is also another thing. Glucagon, it is what is called. So then this glucagon is what reduces blood sugar in the body. What increases blood sugar in the body. It gives more blood. We'll also tell you where he saved his own. He have also a service. He produces his own and also save it somewhere. We are going there. So now the beta cell is insulin that bring down the glucose in the blood system, while the alpha cell is what increases sugar when the blood sugar in the system is low, to make it balance. This is the first two major job, controlling the sugar system here in the major place. So when you see it here, when it releases its own, probably it was 3 before. Let's say 3 bundle was in the blood cell before. When it releases, it become 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It all depends how many the blood system need, how much sugar the blood system will be needing at that particular point in time. Then we come here to this circulating glucose. So I told you before, glucose is something that brings down sugar level, which is the insulin. I mean, here which is the pancreas. Don't be confused. And here the glucagon is something that increases the blood sugar in the system. So here again is another pancreas. You know, here is the body, here is pardon me, here is the head, here is the neck, here is the body, and here is the tail. So this pancreas, what does it do again? When it sends this signal that the blood sugar that came in now, you just ate something very sugary, you ate chocolate, you just ate and you drank something very sweet. What does it do? It brings a signal and quickly assume it from what? From the stomach. And here this pancreas, it brings it to here to the insulin setup, which is here the Islam of the Langerhans, and then it releases it to itself. It also have a self. Here we see glucose uptake. You know, this skeletal muscle, it comes to the muscles, which is the skeletal muscle, the excess one that it doesn't need for now. And then again, it also releases it to, you know, here the glucose uptake. You know, they are taking it up, and these are adipose tissue. And then it also take it to another place, glucose output, and it bring it to what? To the liver. So you see these three major places, and here is the first place that it bring the sugar, your muscles, and here is also another place where it bring it to the liver, and also this adipose tissue. You know, here it bring it also directly when here is full, and it have to what? Come here. And when this three here is, when this two here is full, and here is full, and then we talks about, then it comes to the different organs in your belly, and your belly become growing and growing, and this make the belly to swell up because there is excess sugar in the body. And what I mean, for you to have a balanced sugar in the body, for it not to too much, for you not to have this risk of heart disease, stroke, kidney problem, or blindness, or nerve damage, or also amputation, then it share it here. And then if these places are full, then it go into the other organs in your belly. We took that video the last time. So now we are going to also be looking into another thing. Now, why is it keeping it here? Here that is keeping it. Anytime also that you did not eat, anytime there is no glucose, here can be taken. I mean, things, the one is stored here can be taken probably when you are fasting. When you are doing fast, you are not eating, and here the sugar will be, it will take the glucose from here and start processing and using it again. And then that one here is where the glucagon also come in. So here, I think you understand here now. If you are being asked how many places and where, your pancreas store the glucose, where are the uptake of the glucose? Then you cannot think, where are the uptake of the glucose? So I saw in a manual video, canal of hair tips. Oh, here is the skeletal muscle. It take it, it absorb it, it gives on there. And here is also the glucose uptake, which is adipose tissue. And here is also, glucose uptake, which is the liver. And then you say 3. And then you are what? You are right. So we are still looking at the part of the healthy pancreas. So you have to know how these things work. At the end of the day, you'll be able to reason. If you are with a doctor and he's explaining this thing to you, you will not miss so much because you already have an idea of how the pancreas work, on how the insulin also function. So, and that is why I took my time. This is Android. I could have printed it out, but I use Android. You know, this is hard work. I mean, so here you come again, the type 4 that I draw. So here is the pancreatic Islam. And here is the stomach, as you know, all the blood comes in. And this is what happened in the mouth. But that is not the issue. When you put your food in, and then the signal come first of all and led to the pancreas. So then here is what I wrote here under pancreas. Here is still your pancreas. And here, the head here, the tail, pardon me, the tail here is where brought all the signal. Where did it bring it to? The sugar. It will tell the beta cell. Beta cell, these are the workers of the factory. Beta cell, what are you doing? You say that the blood sugar in the vein, in the blood vessel is too much. Then releases insulin to the bloodstream. You see here I wrote muscles fiber. That is muscle fiber. Anyhow you know it to be. So this beta cell, secrete this insulin and bring it here to what? To the functions whereby it is going to be released, this circle here, and releases insulin into what? The bloodstream. So this is the organ, between the beta cell, which produces insulin, and also the muscles, the bloodstream. So here it comes to the bloodstream. You see how it releases it here. This is this yellow you are seeing here. It bring them here and bring it to the bloodstream. And when it bring it to the bloodstream, here is the muscles. Here is the bloodstream, here is the bloodstream, here is the bloodstream, and here is the muscles. So when it bring it to the bloodstream, here it pursues them out to what? To the muscles, to the muscle fiber. Then the muscle, receive those sugar and keep them for later use for an energy. And if you are not fasting at all, you are just consuming sugar, and you are eating sugar 24 hours, these ones will not have the time to work. These cells that are here, these skeletal muscle and also adipose tissue and also liver, they will not have the time for them to release their own out. And that is why foodie, I am foodie, which people are using as a nickname. It is good if you like food, but not the way you eat it. Make sure that you have 4 hours within meals, even if you are foodie. And make sure you consider the size which you are eating, because you will not want heart disease at a time, or stroke at a time, or kidney problem at a time, or blindness at a time, or nerve damage at a time, or amputation at a time. These are the risks going with blood sugar, and these are what? So dangerous diseases. So then it processes it here and lead to this place here. Then all the blood sugar will become normal in the bloodstream again. And then you not have the risk of high blood sugar, or rather low blood sugar. So it have the beta organ. It have what? The glucagon, and it also have the insulin, the beta cell, producing these cells. Then we come here. I wrote here again and I sketch out this place again. Topic 5. Here, healthy pancreas. Healthy pancreas, here is where you eat. You eat from your mouth. Eat. And then, blood sugar level rises. Boom. It goes up, it goes high immediately. And when it goes high, and pancreas is here. Pancreas releases insulin and reduce the blood, the sugar that went into the blood vessel. By what? By releasing insulin and observing and saying, no, this insulin is too much. Insulin help the cell to absorb blood sugar. Here, the insulin help the cell to absorb the blood sugar in the system. Then it becomes normal. It is very dangerous at the time when you eat sugar and this office here, this company here is not working. It is impossible to live healthy without this cell in the body. And what causes the problem to these things is most of the time our intake. And most of the time, I told you then that genetic and whatever can cause the diabetes, type 1. That one is another story for another day. That one does not have anything to do here. So this one is going to type 2 when you are not eating healthy. So now, fasting is very good. It is not only for the pastors or for the Muslim, that have to fast. You as a common person who does not even have religion or who have other religion, fasting is very, very important to the body system. So now you see how it works. It works from mouth, it go to blood sugar level. Blood sugar level rises for everything that you eat. It comes to pancreas. Pancreas does its work, reduces everything, help the body to absorb the blood sugar, in a normal way. So we come to topic 6, which I wrote here some information to you, which I'm going to read out. I don't know if you are seeing the board very well. I hope so. I hope the camera is catching it well. So here, this is a healthy pancreas. So I have explained to you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a healthy pancreas. The small cluster of cells are called the Islam of the Langerhans. Inside them are beta cells which produce insulin. Insulin acts like a key, allowing glucose, sugar, to move from the blood into the body cell, which the body cell I name here to you. This is skeletal muscle, adipose tissue, and glucose output for the liver. So these are where it moves them to. Then allowing this glucose sugar to move to the blood into the body cell. So where it is used for an energy later, whenever you eat sugar, sometimes when we are at work and when one is tired, you say, let me drink something a bit sweet so that I will have more energy. So it brings, automatic energy. So if someone is overexcited, sometimes know that the blood sugar is is very high, Although there's another sickness that makes your mood to be very, very high and your mood to be very, very low. So which we will teach in another time. So that one is Schilddrüse. Schilddrüse overfunction. It functions so much, it goes up, and you become very, anxious. And when the Schilddrüse is low, you become so calm. You have no interest for anything. That one is another sickness of its own. I just tip it in because we talked about your mood. So now, it regulates everything in the body system. It brings energy later. So you don't need to drink all these energy boosting drinks. It is not good for the heart. So many of it is not good for the heart, for you to know now. So in the healthy person, the blood sugar stays within a normal range because the pancreas releases the right amount of insulin. It releases the right amount of insulin and also releases the right amount of glucagon if the blood sugar is niedrig, is under. Niedrig is German language, which is low, niedrig. So if it's low, if it's niedrig, then it releases, glucagon releases its own. At the end of the day, it becomes normal. If the blood sugar is too high, it releases insulin, and the insulin, pursue all the blood sugar in the blood vessels, and bring it to what? To storehouse. So this pancreas has so much major thing that it's doing. So why is diabetes now so common and so often, and one of the major growing chronic disease? Have you ever talked about it? And this is what I want you to think now. What are the causes? Most times nobody is born with diabetes, but it is genetic. Sometimes if your parents have it, there's every possibility that you may have it later, but it is not 100% that you will have it if you take care of your health very well. So, and do you know, everyone wants to be comfortable. You want to live a good life. You want to live a comfortable life. You know what comes when you are comfortable? One, you have peace of mind, you have rest, and you have everything that you need. You have something to mobilize. You have a car, you can buy, you can afford a car. Some people can afford a private jet, no stress. Some people can afford different things. They can afford a comfortable house where they can live comfortably, and so many things these things that you can do. And there is an enemy of this. What is the enemy? The enemy is this blood sugar. Because by then you are always tasting. You have the money, the time to eat whatever you want, drink whatever you want. At the end of the day, you are not even acting of your own body. Your body become fresher because there are so many fats in your body. Your skin become glittery. It is not a positive glittery. Your body is shining. It's not because sometimes it's positive. No, everywhere becomes swollen because you are enjoying. These are not positive. It is unnecessary fat. You can be slim and then you not move your body very well. You want to move like Oga. You want to move like Madam. You want to move like a king. Fine. But there should be a secret place that works this, which is your gym house. And that is why I condemn people who are building mansions and refuses to build a gym house inside the house. If you have 3-bedroom duplex, make sure one room is being considered as your sport house. That is your healthy place, and that is your healthy house, and that is what will make you to escape this heart disease, stroke, and also a kidney problem, and also blindness, and also nerve damage. If you have nerve damage, everything is gone. You can't articulate, you can't do something right, you can't think, you can't assume, you can't lead people. And if you, God forbid, amputation come, I have so many rich people which they stays into the car wherever they go. Why? Because some parts have been amputated. So why can't you avoid this? By giving your 30 minutes to 1 hour to sport every day, to exercise your body. If you cannot do without food, please also don't do without exercising your body, moving your body. Go to a sport house. If you are not motivated to do it at home, even having a gym house at home, please register with a gym house. A gym instructor can help you how you want your body to be. You can build, you still have the key to your body, how you want it to be. Like I have a key to my body growth. Anywhere I want it. I want it like this, you go. I want it like this, you go. And that is what I want you to have. So this diabetes is the most dangerous sickness that is globally going on now. In self, it doesn't do so much. But what does it do? By giving those disease, this killable disease, and that is what it does. And that is why it's now one of the major global concern sickness that needed to be handled. And that is why I take it upon myself, out of my busy schedule, to teach you how the pancreas work. And I'm going to be giving you so much health tips, what you can eat and how you can regulate it and how you can eat it. So please stay put in all our videos, and subscribe, like and share. If you like, if you like what we are doing here, support us by clicking all the buttons that you are seeing there, by subscribing. Whenever we upload a video, it will come directly to you. So I wish you all the best, and I wish you in your enjoyment life that you not get a chronic disease, from diabetics to other chronic disease that is going on in the world. So I wish you all the best. Even you that have it, you can also manage it. And I wish you a healthy life. I wish you a cure, and I wish you all the best. I wish you a good time in your journey of this process. And I will say now, ciao, bye bye.